In the 90s, when Sega was still doing what Nintendo didn't, a side-scrolling shoot-'em-up called Zeroing was released by Toaplan on the Sega Mega Drive. Set in 2101, the game follows the signing of a peace treaty between the United Nations and Cats, an alien cyborg. Cats breaks the treaty, however, and takes controls of the Japanese space colonies. You must pilot your spaceship in your ultimate quest of defeating the enemy forces and liberating the Earth. Famous for its English-ridden intro, "All your base belong to us," Zeroing is a pretty good-looking shooter that constantly has a lot going on screen, with nice big enemies and bosses. There isn't a single bit of evidence of slowdown, and from the moment you start you can't take your eyes away. I haven't a massive amount of experience of each, but from my initial playthrough, I'd be of the opinion that the Mega Drive version does not make a bad attempt at all of standing up to its arcade counterpart. A horizontal auto-scrolling shooter where in similar fashion to all shooters you blast everything that moves, Zeroing is a constantly frantic game. There are 3 types of weapons to pick up, the first being red, a Vulcan cannon that has a multi-directional shot, second a blue piercing beam that fires a straight line, and finally a third green power-up that equips you with homing missiles. When a power-up is received, your zip fighter contains 2 indestructible drones that fire the same weapons as you, and in turn triples your firepower. Along the way there's also speed icons, but you have to be careful when picking these up, as too many will make your zip fighter too sensitive to control with the D-pad. Armed with a tractor beam and weapon, you must shoot absolutely everything. The tractor beam allows you to capture enemies in their tracks and to throw them at other enemies as projectiles, or to block yourself against approaching fire. The fire button can also be held down for a constant volley of projectiles, instead of the button mashing we've grown to love and expect from all other shumps. Its main flaw is that it's a one-shot and you're dead shooter. Collision with absolutely anything results in instant death, a drop in your firepower, and much frustration. Because there is always so much going on screen, it's hard not to feel that you've been unjustly killed at one stage or another. With its so bad it's good English translation, frantic, often difficult but rewarding gameplay, a catchy soundtrack, and the fact that it never received a US release, this game is highly sought after by those who know about it. Sure, it can be difficult in parts and lacks multiplayer abilities, but it's just a fun game with a pretty lengthy 8-stage shooter that everyone should give a try.